Have you ever witnessed a simple item launch turn into social media chaos? That's exactly what's going on with KSI at the moment. A seemingly harmless partnership with Logan Paul and MrBeast to develop Lunchley, a new boxed lunch brand, has turned into a major scandal, targeting children and promoting a harmful product as healthy. KSI has taken the criticism personally and responded with a string of tweets that only serve to stoke the flames. Fans are divided at KSI's strong reactions rather than his cool handling of the situation. Many wonder if he's lost touch with the audience he once enthralled. Lunchley is a prepackaged lunch brand developed by Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast, which is now a hot topic with KSI. The brand has received a lot of flack online for being unhealthy and processed. You may ask yourself, is it really that bad? Isn't it just like Lunchables? The issue is that the creators advertised it as a healthy food, which is mostly consumed by children who, in an ideal world, should not be consuming processed foods regularly. Lunchley has been criticized concerning its nutritional value by nutritionists and other health experts. They say that it is not good for children because it contains sodium, artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives. This has raised questions on what the role of influencers plays, especially to unveil products that children and tweens can use. DanTDM, one of the most subscribed YouTubers, also fired back at the haters with a tweet that accused some YouTubers of changing from making videos for fun to becoming business people who sell merchandise at the expense of their fans. Someday, many people supported DanTDM's comments for having a discussion on the influencing marketing strategy and its effects on children's health. This criticism has fueled the further debate in the YouTube community, where people called on the content makers to be more truthful and sincere rather than being materialistic. The Lunchley controversy shows the problem of social justice and influencer marketing, asking the question of how much responsibility should creators have for the products they advertise and sell. For myself, I know that YouTube is a company, so when YouTubers start companies and sales, it is okay with me. For many creators, it's a chance to reach out to the audience in different ways and earn more money. But when they go to the food products, things become a little more complicated than that. Unlike clothes or toys, food is something that consumers consume and affects health, particularly when the product is promoted as healthy or better than the other. Therefore, if you want to label your product as healthy, it should indeed be healthy for you. People are usually loyal to the creators they follow, which puts more pressure on them. This is because if a product is labeled to be for kids and it contains some dangerous chemicals, the public will fume. Children and young people, for instance, may not understand nutrition facts, and therefore they will rely on their trust in these influencers. Parents are disappointed when an influencer promotes something that seems to be healthier than junk food, but contains some dubious components. This gap between the marketing concept and the actual implementation has emerged as the topic of conversation in recent debates. MrBeast attempted to rectify the matter by tweeting that his new product, Lunchley, had 60% less sugar, more electrolytes, and real cheddar in response to DanTDM's critique of the nutritional value of some YouTube-endorsed items. Even if this is a start in the right direction, many believe that producers ought to hold themselves to higher standards, particularly when aiming for younger audiences. In another article, Logan Paul said that the product was designed to be a healthier substitute for Lunchables, which are already regarded as harmful. But KSI's reaction was even more forceful. He attacked DanTDM in a string of tweets and even used the occasion to advertise his new song, which angered fans who thought it was improper to combine personal strife with self-promotion. Though many regarded it as an unwarranted escalation, KSI's tweets were full of insults and punches, displaying his trademark swagger. Additionally, he produced a phony apologetic video that many people found embarrassing. He closed the video by saying, "Hey yo, drink Prime and eat Lee," add the short clip of it after feigning regret. Viewers were further outraged by this obvious advertisement for his goods because it seemed to minimize the significance of the issue. It's also interesting because DanTDM just tweeted about the entire situation once, sharing his thoughts without becoming involved in the drama, before switching to his typical fare. This cool-headed reaction stood in stark contrast to KSI's strategy. DanTDM showed maturity and discipline by keeping his audience in mind and continuing to create family-friendly content while KSI was busy fanning the fires of the dispute. Despite DanTDM's decision to remain completely out of the matter, KSI is acting as though they are at odds. Fans are debating who is responding to the situation better as a result of their divergent responses, with many supporting DanTDM for his cool-headed approach. The contentious introduction of Lunchley, a prepackaged meal designed by Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast, marked the beginning of the ongoing controversy with KSI. The product, which was once promoted as a healthy choice for kids, was quickly criticized for being too processed and inappropriate for young consumers. Such items, according to critics, are deceptive, particularly when marketed to children who ought to consume fewer processed foods. Respected YouTuber DanTDM made a quick tweet regarding how some content producers have changed their priorities from producing video for enjoyment to focusing on making money through commercial endeavors targeted at their youthful audience base. KSI was not specifically mentioned in his tweet, but the latter took it as a direct attack. which resulted in a major reaction. DanTDM was invited by KSI on Twitter just hours ago to join him on the Sidecast podcast so they could talk this out like men. Even though Dan's first tweet was merely an observation rather than a direct confrontation, this invitation highlights how seriously KSI is taking DanTDM's comment. KSI's continuous reactions, which include numerous postings and tweets about the matter, imply that he is determined to intensify the conflict and transform what began as a small criticism into a significant dispute. Both supporters and detractors have taken notice of this conduct, which has prompted inquiries regarding the reasons for these open arguments among the YouTube community. As a result of this, many individuals no longer respect KSI. KSI was arguably the least popular of the three before the drama, but he is now among the most reviled YouTubers, with few creators publicly endorsing him. He even attempted to use the incident to promote his new song, but it failed because the music was not well received by viewers. It was so awful that streamers like XQC even made comments about it, pointing out that KSI seemed to have alienated his community over this one problem. FaZe Banks was one of the few creators who support KSI. Banks noted that some fans were enjoying Kai Cenat's new McDonald's meal while criticizing KSI, Logan Paul, and Mesbeast for lunch late. He maintained that individuals are acting hypocritically because both are fundamentally ill. The problem is that KSI, Logan, and Mesbeast lunch late is a healthier choice, especially for children, while Kai Cenat never asserted that his meal was healthful. It seems like KSI is primarily to blame for this situation's exaggeration. The blowback might have subsided by now if he, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul had each only replied once and stopped there. Instead, the debate has been sustained by KSI's frequent comments. People's dissatisfaction with KSI's handling of the goods appears to be the new problem, rather than the product itself. Since KSI has positioned himself as a health-conscious figure, people have begun to doubt his legitimacy due to his obsession with defending the product at all costs. Given that KSI's tweets are only hurting the product's reputation, you have to wonder what Mr. Beast and Logan think of his strategy. Since public opinion greatly influences their brands, Lunchley may be negatively impacted by KSI's defensive posture. Furthermore, it appears like KSI takes DanTDM's critiques personally. Actually, Dan was voicing his dissatisfaction with the course that certain YouTubers have followed over the years, particularly with regard to endorsing goods that are targeted towards younger viewers. Since YouTubers like DanTDM call for more accountability in promoting healthy options, this misunderstanding could further escalate tensions within the community. It calls into question the accountability of influencers, especially when their behavior can significantly affect the health and well-being of their young followers. The Lunchley scandal has ultimately revealed a distinct gap in the way YouTubers respond to criticism and strike a balance between their economic endeavors and their influencer positions. Even though Logan Paul and Mesbeast made an effort to allay worries regarding the product's health claims, the backlash has only gotten worse due to KSI's increasingly harsh replies. Perhaps this circumstance is a reminder that, for creators, preserving fan trust necessitates openness and thoughtful reactions, particularly when branching out into fields like food items that have a direct bearing on the health of their viewers. It remains to be seen if KSI takes any lessons from this. For the time being, some like DanTDM have moved on, but his constant reactions keep the drama running. In the end, fans will determine whether Lunchley and its producers merit another opportunity or if this was a misstep that went too far.